What's up, guys? Wildebeest. Just want to let you know that this episode is going to look a lot different from our previous episodes. Big disclaimer that we had a lot of technical difficulties with making this episode. A lot of things that we wanted to do were just, real messy, and a lot of things that we try to come in and put into this video would just cause more problems and solutions. But nothing is going to alter the course of this podcast, just this episode. So we're going to give you the best to our ability. So this is the best we could do. But either way, enjoy the show, grab your calming jasmine tea, and enjoy this first guest episode. Come on, guys, turn up. Let's go. Hold on, right?
From here.
It is recording.
Okay, yes. Listen.
Hey, we're on camera. You better watch your mouth there, young man. Because I can't censor every single thing on here now.
But I can.
Okay, yes, I can too. But I like to do all the other stuff. Sound stuff is annoying.
All right. So, yeah. Hi, we're recording now.
Hello.
We're doing this. We have a very special guest.
Yeah.
Do you want to get... You know what? Why don't you give us a little bit about yourself?
Well, we have to introduce him, though, because we can't go out with the rip. All right, so this is a very good friend of mine, homie that I met from middle school. His dad is an author of 2 dope-ass books. I have not read them yet, but I know they're dope because I like his dad. His dad's awesome. And he is also really interested in the film. And do you go to FSU? I think you go to FSU.
No, I'm planning on going.
All right.
Shit.
Finish up my AA first.
Dope.
Dope.
Same way with you. Same way with me. You're going to UCF with this dude.
It takes time.
Yeah.
Takes time.
But Ethan Napier, everyone.
All right. So, Ethan...
Hey, how you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Ethan, we have 2 rules on this podcast.
Wait, what's the rule?
Number 1, we drink tea.
Well, you don't have the tea, though.
Well, he drinks something.
Okay, fine. Well, you don't have to make him get up and go get it now.
Damn.
I mean, he could. But no, don't do that. Number 2, this show is called Ramblings
My
for...
product placement.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no, it froze. Okay. Number 2, rule number 2.
So we just ramble?
Yeah.
Yeah. This show is called Ramblings for a reason. So if you feel yourself going on a tangent, keep going.
Yeah, I guess. This works.
Okay.
All right. Sweet. So, how was your week? Except day, but week.
This week has been stressful.
Holy shit, I heard you on that.
It's just with the storm and the school, life just
my
took me
God.
by the ass and just...
Oh gosh, it's gonna be fun editing that.
You
How?
guys pretty hard. We got like half an inch of rain. It was nothing.
Really?
Bruh, we got like 6 feet of rain.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
awful.
6 feet?
Mm-hmm. South Florida got the worst of it.
Yeah, we got the worst.
Dude.
No, but it's going north. It's supposed to be a hurricane by the time it hits Tallahassee, so
Yeah.
good luck.
We got tiny bit of rain, nothing more.
Yeah. He's in Jax. He's on the other
We
side.
got-
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
it was-
I mean, it's still heading
Yeah.
up. It's still heading up towards
it
him,
looked
but
like it was taking a little horseshoe around.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because
Slap us in the ass, but barely got touched.
yeah. Jacksonville's in the safe zone pretty
Lucky
much.
bastard.
That's Florida weather for you, dude. It's completely bipolar.
Mhm.
It's gonna do something that does the
Bipolar.
exact opposite, you know?
Yeah. No, literally, you'll
What
have
was that?
1/2 of, like, if you're looking outside, you'll have 1/2 that's complete daylight, and then you look at the other side to your left, you see nothing but rain and storm
Yeah.
clouds and shit. Florida, in a nutshell.
And then you walk outside, you sniff
You
it.
could basically just draw a line down Florida and say sunny, rain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then just switch that up every other day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can go outside, sniff the air, and be like,
Because North Florida,
it's gonna rain in a few hours.
Yeah. What you going on about North Florida?
Yeah, what's going on?
Dude. It's weird. It's different. Yeah, it's not something that anyone else experiences. I mean, you get rain, you get sun, you get rain, and then every 15 years you get snow for like 15
Every
years.
15.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Pretty much in a
Yeah,
nutshell.
no, that's accurate.
Very, very accurate.
All right. So, where do you want to start? Or Ethan, do you want to start us
Yeah,
off?
do you have anything?
What best horror films and why?
Oof.
Let's-
All right, yeah.
Hold on. What do you
Because
say?
this was started the whole like having him as a guest.
Hold on. What do you say? Best horror films?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
No, you're gonna be proud of me. I've recently gone down a rabbit hole of horror films.
yes, my boy.
I'll just do top 5 or top 10. You really can't. You can't choose a top one.
Yeah.
That's just it's impossible.
Yeah, it's hard.
Well,
it's
no,
hard.
you
I
can
mean,
pick a
that's-
top. What I've noticed, you can pick a 1. It's just 2, 3, 4. That's the hard ones.
Well, I was reading up and I was talking to Will about this.
Yep.
Sinister is ranked number 1.
Nah.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
No, yeah, we watched that together.
I believe that.
It was so boring.
No way. I'm actually doing a research paper on that. And I'm literally just going to try and just derail this entire experiment.
Just debunk it.
Yeah.
My problem with horror films is that people like to make sequels. They like to make
Yes.
franchises out of it.
Yes.
The best stories are the ones that leave it ambiguous and let you determine how.
I like this guy. No,
Yeah.
we've had this very conversation on this podcast many times before.
Yeah, we had this conversation, I think, 2 podcasts ago.
Yeah. Like the
I mean,
best.
you go from Sinister 1, which is. It was solid. I mean,
Yeah.
jump scares were probably the best part about it. And then you go from Sinister 1 to Sinister 2, and the main focus is Officer So-and-so. I mean, he was the comic relief, and you don't make the comic relief the main character of a story.
Right?
Especially in a horror film. I mean, I like the premise of kids at church,
Mm-hmm.
abusive dad, a wife who's just abused and isn't happy with the way her life is at the moment.
Yeah.
She's trying to escape. And then you bring in the comic relief in the beginning, and then he stays. And then it really just derailed the whole horror
Whack.
aspect of it.
Yeah, for sure. Because you're just going to be laughing every 5 minutes
Yeah.
like when you see this character.
No, it's because every time you see his face, you're like, hey, you did that funny moment in the last movie.
It's just like, I remember, because, okay, I had the luxury to go to a movie with this guy. And so, remember when we saw Insidious Chapter 3?
Dude, I was ramming that film the entire time.
Dude, that movie was the funniest shit ever. Like, just, the movie was scary, but having him around just made it 3 times better. Literally, I remember this so vividly. It was when the ghost comes, like, over the bed and starts walking. And so this ghost leaves, like, tar kinds of trails. And this boy, out of, like, nowhere, at the top of his lungs, he's like, yo, take a shower! This shit was fucking golden, bro. Oh, my God.
And then the old lady, what she did, punch or kick the ghost at the end?
Yee.
I was like, yo, that's my grandma.
Yeah. Oh, my
And then they
goodness.
had that scene where you had the tar footsteps walking down the stairs. And I watched so many horror movies at that time. I was like, all right. I looked over, you tapped you on the shoulder. I was like, watch this.
Yeah.
He walks down the stairs. She looks at the door, looks up, and then the monster or whatever jumps at her.
Yup.
And I just screamed at the top of my lungs just for the fun of it. Everyone started laughing. I had people behind me. They were like, shh, shut up, I'm watching. And then, who was it that we were with? Was it Newstead?
I think it was Will. Yeah, it was him.
It was Will and his aunt. And they didn't really. Will liked it. His aunt was like, man, why do we bring this kid along? It was just,
Nah,
it was a good time.
nah, it was definitely a good time for sure. And
Yeah, I just are you plugged in? Because I see the battery going down.
oh shit, no. Yeah, give it 1 second. Now I'm plugged in.
All right.
But nah, literally, there's like I mentioned this before. The thing with horror movies is that the community is so funny because there's been multiple occasions where someone would say something and they won't react with "shut the fuck up, I'm trying to listen to the story." Nah, it's just straight up laughter. You don't
It's
get
just, they're there to have fun.
Yeah.
mean, they're getting the shit scared out of them. If you have someone that's making you laugh, you gotta enjoy that.
Exactly.
It's some sort of levity, man.
For sure. Because it's like a cardinal sin to be that one guy and just be like, shh, what the fuck are you doing? Because you're going to be like the guy no one likes at the end of the movie.
Chill.
Yeah. And,
That's what you would get if you went and watched The Notebook in the theaters.
right? Yeah.
They got it. The rom-coms are the ones people like to enjoy and don't like anyone pissing on the parade.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But, yeah,
Dude,
too.
have you seen the Korean movie with the Japanese horror film Dumplings?
Dumplings. No, I have not.
I think I've heard of that.
It is so the social commentary is perfect. It's like a satire with a horror film and a thriller.
Okay.
And basically, what it is this lady who is this rich housewife
Okay.
is known for her dumplings, for having this rejuvenating power.
Yeah.
And keeping people young and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And people just keep going to her to eat these dumplings and get these dumplings off of her. And then at the end, when you find out what it is, you're just sitting there like, oh, what the fuck? What is this? Because, do you mind if I tell you what it is, or do you guys want to watch it?
I mean, I don't think I might watch it because I'm still grinding on a couple other shows and movies. But yeah,
you can
go on ahead. Yeah,
sure.
Spoiler alert for anyone that wants to see dumplings.
Alright, so
They're just normal dumplings, aren't they?
This Korean lady went to Hong Kong, or Japanese, my bad, went to Hong Kong, and there's this guy that performed abortions, right?
Yeah.
And he performed these abortions, and then with these fetuses, he sold these off to this lady, and she used those fetuses to make these dumplings to give these rejuvenating factors to these people.
I'm gonna need to take a drink
Take
to
a
that.
drink, please.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting.
That's fucked, dude.
It's horrible, man. But it's it's fantastic with this political commentary and the social commentary and all that, but it kind of goes on the aspect of people will do what's best for them, and they don't really give a shit about what happens to the other people around them.
Wear a mask.
Nah, definitely, for sure. It's just like they just don't care. Honestly, they just don't care.
Yeah.
But nah, that's a crazy, crazy movie right there, for
That's
sure.
disgusting.
But we
Things I
kind of
hate.
sidetracked off of your big question of top horror movies. So
my bad.
no, you're good. Like that's what we do.
That's what we
do. So going on
We
to
run off on tangents.
yeah, all the way. So kind of
Always.
what you got?
If I had to really, really pick one, and bear in mind, like I've just recently gone
Yeah.
down this rabbit hole, so probably the original Exorcist,
Of course,
The Shining,
of course.
maybe It.
Maybe it. New one because I know you
Yeah.
didn't watch the original one. The
No,
original
I
was
watched
too
the original.
cheesy.
No, I watched the original one. Just like that was so corny and just
Yeah, it's super cheesy now.
I think the first remake, the second remake really fell off.
No, yes, it
dragged
did.
on.
It did.
It relied too much on Officer So and So again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. That
do you
was 3. You just want to do 3?
I just got 3.
All right. For me, so
Since I know you guys are like big horror buffs, I'll let you guys
yeah.
do 5. But I
So
only have 3
for me, I would have to say for just start from bottom to top, it would be 5 would be Alien because that's a like close place in my heart. It's one of my first horror movies. Had a good time, and I'm big into sci-fi type shit. Then number 4 would have to be the Babadook, and I know this is like kind of frowned upon. Shut up. Like I know this is kind of frowned upon a couple people.
eat shit.
But that show, like, that got under my skin because the Babadook is just, he's weird. He's weird to me. Number 3, I think Train to Busan. And that's, like, kind of an action.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but just the sheer factor of the claustrophobia, or the claustrophobic scene where you're in a train and you have zombies in the back, like, cart, and you have no way but to go forward. And even if you go forward, you're probably going to be sandwiched in. So you're fucked either way. So that'll be my number 3. Number 2, it would have to be... That's where it gets a little bit tricky because I like a lot of horror movies that goes along the paranormal aspects of it. So if I had to choose the first thing that came up into my head, it would have to be Annabelle Creation, number 2.
That was the better one.
Yeah, I didn't like Annabelle Comes Home. It was okay. It was better than number 1. But...
Is that the one where it started off with the husband and wife in the house and they get attacked? Or is it the second one?
It was actually...
The second one
The
was
second one, yeah. It was the second one,
No, the
yeah.
second one was the orphanage.
No, but the husband and wife did get attacked.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, number 2, yeah, that was the one I was talking about. And number 3 is the one where you're in the Ed and Lorraine's house.
Yeah.
And the stupid freaking babysitter goes in and is like, opens everything and touches everything in the thing.
Yeah.
But number 1...
She didn't wash her hands.
no, is a psychological horror movie, Midsommar. And that one is like different from a lot of the other ones I picked out because that one mentally screwed me because it was nothing like big in the idea of like, oh, jumping out at you or really like sinister ghosting. It's more of the underlying factor that's something that's so beautiful on the outside. There's something evil and dark and twisted on the inside. And then it also goes into a theme of breakup and heartbreak and moving on, because you start to follow along these characters and your backstory isn't really told to you in the forefront. You have to kind of figure out and decipher it yourself. And Midsommar kind of brought that into fruition. And then there's a lot of really, really disgusting things that they don't tell you in the movie. And they put it up in your face and you don't realize it until like your third or second watching. So I watched Midsommar, I think 4 times, trying to like decipher all the clues and nitty gritty stuff. But yeah, so that's my top 5 for me.
The thing about Midsummer with me, if you don't mind me mentioning it,
Yeah.
At the beginning, it basically you know how they have that picture that they show at the very beginning?
Yeah.
That shows the entire storyline.
Exactly. Yes.
It's got the breakup, the sister killing the parents and herself,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was a really horrible way to die.
Oh no.
Why would you kill your parents and yourself for carbon monoxide poisoning?
Exactly.
Why are you supposed to do that?
Yeah.
And then, I think it was so effective because it was during the daytime. Like all the was during the day, and you don't get any horror films nowadays that set with the sun.
Set in the sunlight, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Florence Pugh in that was a bit too whiny and bitchy for me.
A little bit, but it kind of goes along with the character that she was in. Like, I get the idea what they were trying to go for her being in a not traumatic, but a weird relationship. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the boyfriend's a dick and all his friends are.
Facts.
The only one I like is the one that had the idea of doing the thesis first on it.
Yeah,
I forget his name. He was a good character.
For sure.
Let's see. I'll do my 5.
Yeah.
So, I'll go Hereditary. I prefer that one over Midsummer. I already asked it wise.
I'm gonna ask you some questions about it. Keep going.
And then I saw The Devil, which is a Korean thriller horror film.
Okay.
It's a fantastic one.
Yeah, the internationals, you gotta watch out for those ones because those ones are real messed up.
Those are always the best.
Yeah, those ones are the good ones.
Number 3, I'll go with Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
No, that was a good one.
Number 4, Babadook. Babadook is number 2 in my opinion. That's just a fantastically written film.
Yeah.
And then
well, except for that kid. That kid is annoying as fuck. I wanted to punch him every time I saw him.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so did the mother.
I mean, that's children for your horror films. They're writing to piss people off.
Yes.
I mean, they're either there to piss people off or they're there to
be fodder.
Yeah, they're supposed to incite some empathy for the characters.
Mm-hmm.
That one, he was just shouted.
Yeah. Yep.
So, number 1. Oof. This is a hard one, boys.
Yeah.
I got so many horror films. I'll probably go with The Thing, the first John Carpenter's first one.
Yes. I remember the original Thing, Thing.
I think did we watch the new one together?
We watched the new one together, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And then I saw the original on my own, yeah.
Yeah, the 1984 one is the best one.
Yeah.
By far, just because it's practical effects, they aren't any rubbish CGI.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that.
It completely diverted from the normal horror films at the time. I mean, the only one they really had before 1984 was like The Omen, Rosemary's Child, and you had The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones all relied on the supernatural element of a satanic cult, the devil, demons, something in that sorts. And then you have The Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, forgot Alien. You got Alien.
Yeah.
The Thing was just so different at the time. You've never seen something like that.
No.
Especially with the practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the chest burster, which is probably my favorite scene of all time.
Oh yeah, hands down.
That seems iconic.
And then the whole defibrillators, and then the head popping up out of them with the claws.
Yes.
That whole part, and then the ending. You don't know who is the thing.
Yeah,
Is it,
for sure.
It just messes me in mind, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, with the thing, is that the originality is just, it can't be recreated. Like, they made that attempt in, like, the early 2000s, and it was good, and they used all the special effects, but after, like, because my first viewing of the thing was from the original. Not from the original, the new adaptation, and then I went to see the original. And to be honest, it was harder to watch the original monsters than watching the newer ones. Because seeing all the crazy, awesome skills of those people in the design and arts and crafts, all those guys did a tremendous job. And it seemed, for some reason, it looked more realistic than the computer-generated stuff that makes it try to look more realistic than the original.
It is more realistic. They literally made everything.
Yeah. So...
Because it was there, yeah.
Yeah, because it was real.
You didn't have someone in a green suit walking around contorting their body.
Yeah. Yo,
and you go ahead and stick a puppet on somebody's hand like that.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do with that?
Exactly.
It's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the original for sure.
No.
What made me? Have you guys watched Seven or seen Seven? David Fincher.
Yeah, it's 7.
Mm-mm.
It's been a minute since I've seen 7. It's been a while.
That movie probably is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
From the Moors, that's definitely like the best movie I've ever seen.
Nice. I have to rewatch it then because it's been a long time since I've seen 7. Because I remember the last time I saw it, it was like 9th grade.
Oh.
Yeah.
You'll probably put off it because it's got Kevin Spacey in it.
I still remember those fucking Stewie memes about Kevin Spacey. Man.
It was
Kevin Spacey.
so sad because I love American Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Spacey in it. And whenever you watch Kevin Spacey's films like the second time, you're like, okay, this guy's a bad dude.
Yeah.
Same thing with Baby Driver.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. I love that film. But then it's got Kevin Spacey.
Oh.
Yep.
Who he actually a narcissistic prick. And it turns out that's what he actually is.
Damn.
He's just acting as himself.
Yeah.
But
That's why it worked so well.
That's why it worked. He wasn't acting. He just did it.
well, let's see. You guys run off with it.
Well,
See what you do.
I want to actually ask you some questions. What makes you think Hereditary is superior over Midsommar? Because I never really had a conversation with someone that has...
He doesn't like Hereditary.
No, I don't like Hereditary. Because...
In fact, he went off on a fat tangent, I think, a few weeks ago on why he doesn't like Hereditary.
Yes, I went on a complete rant and saying that I was bored out of my mind. But multiple people have come up to me, or I've asked them, and they all came out with the same answer that it was the scariest thing they ever seen. And it terrified them. And I'm trying to understand...
Did you ask them why it scared them? Or what was the scariest... What was more superior in that film compared to Midsommar? Or did they not have an answer for that?
I honestly don't think they had an answer for it. Like, from what I remember, normally it would... I don't think it ever come from the girl or anything. Like, honestly, I don't think they ever had an answer that was valid enough for me to remember. So, I don't know for sure.
In my opinion, I've always been fascinated by cults, and I think they're terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got Jonestown, you got Waco, Texas, and then you go ahead, and the list goes on and on.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I just think the storytelling, the cinematography, and what Colette, was that the actress, the mom?
Yes, yeah.
The actress for that is fantastic. Her
No.
performance was great.
Performances in that show was very good. Gotta give him credit for that.
Very good. I like the daughter. I thought she was going to be a lot bigger character, and then they marketed it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And when she had that nut allergy and she stuck her head out the window, boof,
Yeah.
that goes off. You're like, okay, that's a shock factor. I was not expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the most shocking part of that film, other than when she goes up to the treehouse at the end.
Yeah.
And the son goes up to the treehouse at the end. She sees the grandmother and the mother with their heads cut off, kneeling towards this pagan god.
Yeah.
And it's just the aspect of the unknown. I think that's why films like It Follows and Midsommar and Hereditary all work so well, because you don't know where the villain is,
Mm-hmm.
where the paranormal entity is, when it's going to attack, how it's going to attack, because can you really see it? Do you really know what it is? No, no one does. Not until the end.
Yeah.
And well, It Follows, that's a different story. That's you know what it is from the beginning.
Yeah.
You don't know where it is.
Yeah.
And it's just Midsummer and Hereditary. Hereditary has a more depressing tone to it, and they carry that through the whole time.
For sure.
You're basically living the story through the eyes of the sun, and the sun is getting possessed by this pagan entity, and it goes ahead and it shows his downfall.
Yeah.
His decline of mental health.
Yes.
And first it starts off with him in school, looks over at the glass. He sees his face, smile back at him, screams and smacks his head on the table. He's laying in bed. He's got the bees all over him. His mom sees it. That was a beautiful shot. And then you've got all the little things in the background. Like the mother sitting up in the corner while he's walking through and looking around for her and whatnot. And
yeah.
The whole aspect of the daughter being like the carrier or the holder, the eye of the beholder, and like the barrier between the whole sanity and losing your mind.
Yeah.
And reality
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. When she dies, everyone loses grip of reality, and the cult's ideals start to come to fruition, and you're really stuck with the idea of what is the motive behind this.
Okay.
What are they planning to do?
Nice.
And the reason that works so well is because you don't know what's going on. In Midsummer, you get a sense of it from the get-go. They walk in the gates. Well, first off, it starts with the daughters killing themselves.
Yeah.
The daughter killing herself and the parents, and then you go walk in the gates and you've got these people in white robes standing like this, welcoming everyone. I mean, you know something's unsettling. Right?
Yeah.
And you know you shouldn't be there. What I think was fantastic about that film was the visuals. I think that's the only film that's had an accurate representation of a mushroom tree.
Yes. Yes.
Really
did I hear that right? A mushroom tree?
No, mushroom trip.
Oh.
Like the main characters, like one
Trips
of them
on shrooms.
One of them is like a crack addict. Not a crack addict, but he's a pothead, and he brings in shrooms, and they're just like, "Yo, let's just take some shrooms, have some fun. We're here anyways." And they all take some shrooms, and then that's where things start to really get weird and trippy. And that's where like it gets paranormal, but then it just flips you back into reality. It's just like, nope, this is not Hereditary. So, but yeah, it is a very accurate representation of what happens when you trip on shrooms.
I want to see it now.
No.
I think the Swedish guy, the one that invited him to the Midsummer.
Yeah.
I think he's behind it all, in my opinion.
No, he definitely was. He definitely was.
So I think he gave them the shrooms on purpose. He had them trip, so they felt like, hey, we get free stuff, we get free drugs, let's enjoy our time here, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And then they fall into this false sense of security. And they feel like everything's all right, but Danny, the girlfriend, she knows something's off.
Yep.
She gets flashbacks when she's on this trip, she freaks out, goes running away.
Yep.
Breaks down. And let's see, I think the best scene in that film, like imagery wise, was where the boyfriend was in the bear costume.
Oh. Yes.
It's just imagine that you can't move, you're wide awake.
Yep.
Your eyes are back and forth. You don't know what's going on. You're set on fire in a bear costume.
I think for me in that scene, and also I wanted to go back into Hereditary before I go into Midsummer, that the way you explained it, now I can definitely understand where the whole idea of it being scary is coming from, because I can totally understand with being afraid of the unknown, because that shit is very alarming because you don't know what's going to happen to you. That's just the basic fact. And for me, Hereditary, it just lost me because I was bored with it and like nothing was happening. And for me, I could understand and see the family declining into madness, but you mean that's my father bringing in get in the picture because like he's like, oh, something's gotta happen, and I'm just like, all right, if something's gotta happen, then where the fuck is it? But no, for me, it was just I was expecting from what I was coming from the trailers, and then when I saw, it just didn't correlate to me, and then that's what kind of derailed my experience. But now I'm gonna try and watch Hereditary again with what your input was, and so that one might change the outcome of it. But now,
try and watch it with like a fear of the dark, just
like a lights out type of vibe, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Just get this false sense of like, hey, I'm afraid of the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Going into it, you watch it. It's a very dark film.
Yeah.
It's very the lighting is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's fantastically shot.
Mm-hmm.
And you go into it, just clear your mind. Don't try not to remember anything you remember before, except for hey, I'm afraid of the dark.
Okay.
Let's see how this goes.
All right. Cool.
I just have a question.
Because when you think of the fear of the dark, that's basically the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
And like, because you turn the lights off and you look around, you don't see 2 feet in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna expect? Something's gonna pop you in the face. Who knows? Anything can happen in the dark.
Yeah. Nice. What you got?
Are there shadows in Hereditary?
No. Not as bad as Sinister.
No, that was the biggest problem I had with Sinister. Just those shadows.
Yeah.
They were so annoying.
They were very bad. Now, I wanted to get on the Midsummer real quick. For me, for the best shot in my opinion, was the scene where Danny was with all the women within the cult, and she was like kind of like doing all these exclaims, and she was moaning, and she was like crying. And it was, and this is going to be like some of a spoiler of the story and what was going on. So if you were trying to watch Midsummer, spoiler, guys. But what you're seeing over in the scene is Danny's running off because she finds out her boyfriend is cheating on her with one of the cult chicks. So when she runs back to the like little house that they're staying in, all the women start coming towards her and starts like, I don't know, it's not smothering her, but they're like comforting her, trying to be there for her. And as she's crying, everyone else is crying in sync with her. And within the story, you kind of see that Danny in the beginning is very isolated. She's kind of like the outcast of the group. And then as the story goes on and she's with all these women and they're all syncing with her, it kind of shows a symbolism within the show saying she's found her place. She's found a community where she is not the only one feeling these emotions. It's everyone else. And that's the thing with the cult, is that it gives you a welcoming feeling. It makes you feel at home, but with
it's like a family setting, but
with a really, really big
dark
skeleton closet. So, that was a really good shot for me.
That's the question I had at the end of the movie, was when she had all those flowers around her and she was getting worshipped. Is she going to stay because she has a family now?
Mm-hmm.
Or is she going to go back to her miserable life where she's lonely and doesn't have anyone?
Yeah.
Especially now that her boyfriend and all his friends have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like her in the first place.
Nope.
So why would she go back to her boring life? She doesn't have a family anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So is she going to become one of the elders in that cult and be the one who has these ideas and brings people in?
Yeah.
And just tries to. It was like a recruiting process.
Pretty much. Yeah.
They were offering everyone else so she could feel safe and feel welcome.
It kind of showed in the beginning of the film when the Sweden guy because you see how the characters, or what the characters were, is that you have 2 American college students and 1 international student. And Danny was dating one of the American students, and the roommate of that American student was a Sweden guy. And the Sweden guy always had a liking towards Danny. It seemed like he was trying to get his way with her while they were still together. So it kind of showed that he had a liking to her from the get-go.
Kind of sus.
No, it was sus from the beginning. And that's the thing where it kind of shows that it was starting to become a recruiting process, as Ethan said. But that movie, it just screwed me up. It screwed me up for sure. But there's one thing.
Do you think he showed her a liking because he had this plan all along, or because he actually fancied her and tried to get somewhere because he knew her relationship was falling apart?
Mm-hmm.
That really brings in the multiple questions you have to ask about it.
Yeah.
And the motives behind these characters and what they want to achieve out of these goals.
That was like one thing in this movie that I really noticed is that there's some characters that you cannot overlook. You have to take an account for every single character in this movie, because if you miss one thing, then you miss the entirety of the film. And I was actually going to give you a theory that I had, and I don't know if this is a theory within the community. Who knows? But I don't believe that Danny's sister committed suicide. I believe that this was... Huh?
I see where you're going with this.
Like, I think this might have been a premeditated murder. That this was the cult or someone that it's... That's where it kind of gets a little hazy there, but it just doesn't feel right to me when she kills herself, but then the parents get killed too. Why would she go after the parents? Like, it just feels off to me. And yeah, it could have been like a normal case of like, you know, her just killing the parents anyways, because, you know, whatever was going on in the family, something wasn't working out. But it just felt off to me. But one of the things that I go off in the fact that this might have to be doing with something with the cult was the sister was emailing Danny all this stuff, kind of like signaling to her like, you know, something was not right at home. And one of the messages was saying it sounds like mom and dad are arguing again, or mom and dad are arguing again. I don't know what the message said exactly, but I know the specific word was that they were arguing. And then a few scenes later, when they make it to Sweden, they get to the site where the cult is, they hear the main characters start to hear like their Sweden friend start speaking his native language to his friends. And then they realize, it sounds like these guys are arguing, don't you think? And so that's when I started connecting the two. It's like, could the parents have something to do with it, with like them being a part of the cult and them leaving in this recruiting process? Like, that's where it starts to get a little more convoluted with the whole thing of like, what did the parents have to do with it? If they know, like, you know, if they're a Swedish speaker, like they speak Swedish, like that's the thing. But all in all, to cut the story short, I don't think that the sister killed herself on purpose, or not on purpose. I don't think she killed herself. I think something else was happening in the behind the scenes.
You think that maybe the parents were elders and this was their sacrifice, and the daughter
To bring...
wanted any part of it?
Oh.
Yes.
The parents killed her too?
Yes.
And killed themselves?
Yeah.
So their carbon dioxide poisoning is the equivalent of two old people jumping off a cliff.
Yeah.
That, I never thought of that.
Yeah. That's
a nice theory.
That's plausible.
Yeah.
Very plausible.
For sure. Because, but then my dad brings up another valid point, is how the hell did the parents kill themselves if the tape was on the other side? Because the only way for the parents to kill themselves if they taped the other side of the door. So it will have to be pointing towards the sister. So then where is like the question, the parents had something to do with it, how could they tape that door? And so that's what derailed my theory at first.
It was the Swedish guy that did it.
Who knows? How could he know where Danny's family lived? Like, there's a lot of, like, you know, there's not a lot of evidence just yet, but it just doesn't, it feels right, though, when you brought up with the elders jumping off the cliff. So, it's just, that's the thing what I love about Midsommar. It's scary, it trips you up, and then it fucks you up psychologically.
And it makes you think.
Yeah. Like, big brain moves are in play with this movie.
No, big brain, that's some like universe brain shit.
He makes you question everything.
Facts.
And that's why Stanley Kubrick is my other favorite film director. Because he leaves everything to the imagination. He doesn't give you the whole story.
Yes.
He just gives you what you need to see to figure it out on your own. And I think that's the best type of filmmaking is
They don't spell everything out for you. They just give you enough to follow.
Yeah.
Which ambiguity is what drives people's imagination.
Yeah.
It drives people to want to know more.
For sure.
And if they're not shown that, they got to do it themselves. And in order to do that, they have to ask questions. And in order to do that, they have to figure out the answer to these questions. And most of the time, it's not right, but they've got their own story. And that's what filmmaking does. It creates an image for you to build a story around in your own imagination.
Nice.
That's why literature works so well, because they give you words, you read it, but you create the vision, the visionaries of it. You create the image. You create basically the aesthetic aspect of this novel you read.
Yeah, of course. Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to provide two things, or there's probably three. I might be wrong, but entertainment, getting your message out, and keeping the masses coming, keeping them coming in and coming back and rewatching your stuff, because you're supposed to create art. This is an art form, and that's what, filmmaking has always been, so paramount when it comes to any kind of message that you're just simply explaining, so like complex, but it's something so simple, So simply with Hereditary and Midsommar. Hereditary is like, the suffering of family and loss and mental health. And then you have Midsommar with breakup and feeling a sense of family and community and moving on and all that junk like that. So filmmaking is such a beautiful thing. It's such a great thing. And now...
sorry.
No, you're good.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
The problem with comedy films now, have you've watched the recent comedy films at all?
No, but I've heard of what's going on with Borat and how much good press that movie's getting.
Well, that's different. That's like a satire comedy, but
yeah.
An actual comedy film.
Like a Wait, are you talking about like a slapstick comedy film or like?
No, like an actual comedy film.
Like an actual comedy film that tries to do their best to make this something that people like and then laugh about.
Yeah, not like a sitcom or anything like that.
The problem with comedy films now is that they tell a story and they give you everything.
Mm-hmm.
They just, all they care about is the laughs.
Yeah.
My favorite comedy film is In Bruges. You ever seen that with Colin Farrell?
I actually have not watched a lot of comedy movies, so I'm actually not educated on that much.
It's like a comedy thriller in a way.
Oh, wow.
And it tells a story that you haven't seen before. It's about a hitman. He's on the run because on a hit, he actually killed a child.
Oh.
And his, what would you call a hitman's pimp?
Their boss.
I don't know. His boss, I'll call it his boss.
Yeah.
He's after him. He wants to get rid of him because that's out of their code.
Yeah.
And the whole time is them in Bruges, which is it's a little town in Germany or Belgium, I believe.
Yeah.
And they're it's just them living their life and trying to stay away from this bad guy.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. It tells a fantastic story, and it makes you think because the ending's ambiguous. What comedy film have you seen recently that leaves ambiguity there? Leaves an ambiguity.
I don't think I've ever seen one like that.
No.
Because it ends with him laying on a gurney because he got shot, but he's still breathing. He's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Did he die? Did he live? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Where's this? And that makes you think. Hey, I'm going to create this story about him in my own mind. And that's what I think the best part about films are. Like I said last time, is just makes you think, makes you visualize this life of this horrible guy or this guy who's made mistakes in the past, and you get a liking for these characters, and you get this liking for their story that you just want to continue.
You know what? I had notes, but I'm saying fuck the notes right now. But I have one thing to ask you, Ethan. Have you seen Annihilation with Natalie Portman?
Of course.
All right. So that movie right there is, oh my God, don't tell me someone fucking called me in the middle of a podcast. No freaking way. No freaking way. I hear my phone vibrating. That's my signature vibration.
We'll be right back after these messages. Ruined it.
Well, we're going to cut this. So she's not going to know I'm ranting on her.
No, she's going to know.
Whatever. She don't care. But with Annihilation, that movie left the biggest question to me for what happens to the main character. Because you've seen the end of Annihilation, right?
I have, but I'm a bit foggy on it.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So what happens in Annihilation is that the main concept of the story is that 5 scientists have to go into the shimmer and try and figure out what is the cause of the shimmer. What is happening here? Because right now, it's consuming everything and we don't know what's going on inside. Because the people who get sent in don't come out. So 5 scientists go in. They involve themselves in the shimmer, and they get super trippy in there. And so everything starts to change and morph, and things that they encounter doesn't scientifically make sense. There'll be like a plant coming from the same root, but all the flowers that are sprouting from this root is different. They don't seem like they came from the same root. They all seem they were from different species. So then in the movie, you start to realize that the shimmer is reorganizing and changing in a molecular level.
Yeah.
So as the movie goes on, the characters die off. The main character goes to the lighthouse where it all started. And the lighthouse is supposed to be where the alien lives.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So in the end of this film, you're left with a somewhat of a mental but physical fight between the alien and the main character, because you see, the alien is like a 5-year-old child. It doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know what it wants. All it knows is that it wants to be something. It mimics everything.
What the fuck?
So you have this trippy soundtrack going off in the background, like, what the fuck kind of like shrooms did I take before watching this? And you're seeing this alien that's like in a mirror-ish look feel, and it's copying everything that the main character is doing. And at the end of this encounter, the alien kind of blows up by a thermite grenade that the main character tricks it, well, you think it tricks it, to kill itself. So the end of the movie, you're then back at where you started, which was in the future when this whole thing already happened, because the movie kind of jumps between timelines. So you're back where you started, and you change into it changes to a scene where the main character reunites with her husband, who was a part of the last squad that went into the shimmer, and he was the sole survivor. So they end the scene with them hugging, and in the end of that scene, you start to notice that their eyes are changing color. And then it makes you think, it's just like, hold up, is that really her or is that not her?
They're the shimmer.
Or it's like the invasion of the body snatchers, but it's just like sprinkle in a little salt and that's all you get before you get the whole meal, you know? So honestly, I totally get what you're saying with how the ambiguity of a film can just create so much traction within the community and brings the audience and makes you want to watch more of it, because I rewatched Annihilation last week. And upon my third watching, I started to theorize another thing that happened or could be a religious possibility within the film, because a lot of it in this film is scientific. There's not a lot of religious stuff. The only time they ever mentioned something religious was when this was in the past, and it's just the wife and the husband having a conversation about, you ever think God made a mistake? And so, segueing on to my theory is that I believe that if this was supposed to be a religious thing, that this is God sending in something to fix the mistake of Earth. Because, see, here is that humans, we suck. I'm just going to say this now. We suck.
Oh, yeah. We're horrible.
We're horrible.
We're shitty people.
Yeah.
Everyone.
We're a terrible species.
And so the shimmer and this alien is supposed to be the annihilation of everything that went wrong on Earth. It's basically creating its own Garden of Eden, if you think about it. Because you have all these different kinds of species and animals and wildlife and time changing and morphing as soon as you get in there. And this thing is trying to fix something that is what we think is unfixable, because it adapts, it changes, it makes it stronger than it was 2 years or seconds, however long it takes. So that's just a really great thing I love about the anticipation of what questions and theorizing and movies that don't give you everything can really make you think a lot more and actually expand the brain power, you know what I'm saying? So
when I watched it, I felt like I was watching another rendition of Last of Us.
yeah.
Oh.
Yes. For sure.
Because you had the bear, you had the dude in the pool that was turned into this fungal entity.
Yes.
What would you call it? A skull surrounded by spores.
Or the clickers, because they had the fungal thing.
Yeah, and then you have the alligator. Who's just that big with a monster, dude.
Dude, that thing had shark teeth too. That thing was like,
Yeesh.
That's it. It looked that and the bear looked like it came straight out of Chernobyl.
oh, facts.
It was ridiculous. But yeah, I think your theory is very valid because when you watch the film, like you said, just science, and when you think about science and religion, they're polar opposites.
Yes, facts.
They don't believe in each other.
They don't believe in each other.
One believes in the Big Bang. One believes in evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one believes in Adam and Eve. One
Yeah.
believes in evolution. One believes that we had two people that started fucking and ate an apple.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're where we are.
Yeah.
We're shitty people because one dude ate an apple and we had a snake bite that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Or that lady. And where you talk about where God comes down, he's trying to annihilate the world. I think there could be a possibility that alien life form that she thought that was mimicking it, that was God.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know he doesn't know what he created. He's
Or-
trying to figure out what he's created.
Like not of a prophet or maybe
It's a deity.
yeah, like a divinity or a deity or something that isn't human at all or even space-like, because I don't think if an alien encountered that it would even know if it's a fucking alien or not. So yeah, for sure, definitely.
Do you think it could be like a divine intervention?
If I had to go on the religious side, it might have been, because on the things of that make sense for science, it doesn't. Religion, maybe. Who knows? Because we don't know what happened before the meteor came down. But going off of that, on that side of things, it could be. But
It's his sperm. Just trying to set one down there.
yeah, why not?
Oh my god.
It's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna come over here.
Just gonna rub one out real quick.
Woo! Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff.
This took a dark turn.
Have you seen Invisible Man?
Oh, I'm a little lukewarm. I'm hot and cold with that movie because I like it, but at the same time I don't like it. It's the new Invisible Man.
That's the one that came out last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the best part about it was the way it was shot and the action scenes.
A little bit, yeah.
The main actress, she was fantastic.
No, she did a very good job.
I think the motive and the way it was executed by the boyfriend and his brother,
Excuse me.
poor. Could have been a lot better.
Wait. He hit the pour. Let's go. Because no, it was. I can definitely agree with that. I did not like that character whatsoever.
He just hit him with the whack.
He's an absolute moron.
Mm-hmm.
The Invisible Man, whack.
It's the way you think, whack. Your shoe,
Whack.
you,
Whack. Me?
I'm
I'm tight as fuck.
And then, how would no one see a knife floating in the air chop someone's throat
Bro.
back in her hand?
Legit.
What?
No, like, I was totally agreeing with you. Like, that scene in the dinner scene. Like, you literally see something floating in the air, and this entire crowd of people, they don't see it. They're all minding their business. Like, I'm pretty sure one kid was like, flying knife. And mom was like, there ain't no flying knife, you stupid-ass kid. Get back to your freaking broccoli. The fuck?
And I just think that it's really... It was poorly executed when she's the only one that felt like there was something in that room with it.
Mm-hmm.
She was in the house with that wife and the husband, was it?
I think, yes. No, it was a daughter and a father.
Daughter and a father.
Yeah.
When she was in the house, she's looking at the chair. She's like, someone's in here with us. And you're like, fuck
Nah.
off. And then
It's like no consideration what she's been through and what she's like actually encountered, like kind of having a rich scientific boyfriend. Like, it could be a possibility. Nah, it's just like, no, you're crazy.
You're crazy. Just go chill out.
Her decisions were probably the smartest decisions I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
A horror movie a horror movie woman main actress made, like
Yeah.
character made.
Yeah.
Because whenever you get a scream queen, you got Michael Myers in Halloween and his mother.
Mm-hmm.
She was great. She was the first rendition of a scream queen.
Yeah.
But gonna fall back. I'm not trying to divert that far. She's got that scene where she's in the attic and she feels something is on the ladder with her. She chucks paint on her.
Mm-hmm.
That was smart. That jump scare was really smart.
Yeah.
And then you got the scene in the kitchen where the Invisible Man is dragging her around. And
Yes.
that was really smart.
No, that scene was sick.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
And then my problem with her is how the hell did she fit in that suit so fast?
Right. Like,
How did she get in that in 2 seconds?
like, there's no way.
No. And then the boyfriend's going to be sitting at dinner, and then she goes in and cuts his throat. And you're like, oh, that wasn't fulfilling.
It's like, it just happened.
It's a flesh wound.
Movie deaths that you're just like, yes, that was satisfying.
Yeah.
And then you get those movie deaths, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that's sweet.
Literally, like, that's it.
Like,
That's what that offered.
he's dead now?
The sister's death was more impactful than the boyfriend's death.
Yeah.
And the whole beginning, that was a waste.
Yeah.
I mean, the sister drives away. She sees the boyfriend's abusive. The girlfriend's out of her mind. And then, you'll be fine. Just go sit in this house for a little bit. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
The boyfriend's not going to come after you. He killed himself. And then the whole aspect of, here, I've got this insurance money. Or her brother is talking to her about this whole lawsuit and everything. And then from the get-go, you knew this dude was a prick.
Oh, no. Hands down.
You knew this guy was into something devilish.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if you're going to make him the surprise bad guy, make it a surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise bad guy.
Because you already knew, like, he was the Invisible Man, like, at least 2 scenes when he shows up. Like, he always comes back with, like, oh, take the insurance. Take the insurance. And then, as soon as he came up the third time with the take the insurance, you already knew. You're just like, alright, just show him in the Invisible Man costume already. This is freaking ridiculous.
I think, the boyfriend and the brother were in on it. He was in the basement, so the girlfriend would guilt trip the girlfriend into saving him.
Yeah.
And then she'd stay with him because this guy's an absolute nut. And
Facts.
they go ahead and live happily ever after. I think that was their whole plan.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was Ted Bundy and was looking to kill her. It's one of the two. You don't know which one it is.
Who knows?
And you never answered that question. And there's not enough evidence to support that theory.
No.
And yet, let alone support any theories with that film. Like, it was visually stunning.
It was.
Story-wise, and it was just above piss poor.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, because the story was... Because really, I think there's just some movies I came to a realization, like, they're just out there. They just want to show off, like, the new effects that they got, or the new story. They just want to utilize these new stuff that they got, or just, like...
Or just flex their budget.
Yeah, flex their budget. Because I saw a trailer for this Nicolas Cage movie, right?
Oh, my God.
And... Mandy?
No. It was a thing called Jiu-Jitsu, or whatever.
Have you seen Mandy?
No.
Nicolas Cage film? Oh, dude. I swear to God, that was the most beautiful film I've ever seen. It was crazy. It was so sick.
I mean, it's Nicolas Cage. What do you expect?
Yeah.
It's still Nicolas Cage. Like, Nicolas Cage was the perfect role for that.
Nice.
Color of Space. Is that the... There's... Nicolas Cage was another one. It was an H.P. Lovecraftian film.
Then I haven't checked that out one yet.
That one was great. It was funky, but it really falls into place with Annihilation. If you like that, it's very similar.
Okay.
It's got Nicolas Cage. He fills that role perfectly. He's a lot like he was in Wicker Man. Every time I watch that movie, I think that's just the best comedy I've ever seen.
Nice.
You ever seen Wicker Man?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Nope.
Dang.
You need to watch that.
Wicker Man.
We need a book up.
Is that fairly recent? I feel like I've heard of that before.
Wicker Man?
Yeah.
What year did Wicker Man come out?
2006, 2005.
Really?
He was young then.
I was a wee
That
lad
was
back
the
then.
new one. Have you seen Raising Arizona?
Raising Arizona.
Again,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, again, I've heard of it.
That's Nicolas Cage and the Coen brothers.
I did see Mom and Dad
Raising Arizona.
with
I
Nicholas.
have not seen that.
That movie was fun.
Oh my God,
Like,
he's so young.
That one was... Oh my goodness. What?
If you watch the best moments in that at the latter half, it just turns into him punching the shit out of a woman.
Okay.
That sounds like a Nicolas Cage movie.
Well then.
Almost.
He's holding this doll, this bird. He's like, how did you burn it? How did it get burned? Punches her in the small.
Oh my god. Yo. Oh my goodness. Freaking just trips out.
The bear costume looks over at this woman, nods. They don't suspect anything with it. At the top of the hill, there's a sacrifice that's about to go down. He starts sprinting up the hill. The camera just follows him the whole time running up the hill like this. Punches.
Nice.
Grabs the child, throws her over the shoulder, and just starts running away with it. And
Bruh.
then you got the whole scene about not the bees. Yeah.
Oh, that's where that scene's from?
Yeah.
Like, that's iconic.
Yeah.
Not the bees!
Not the bees. That's fire.
The original Wicker Man, that one is fantastic.
Nice. We gotta add that to the list.
I'll have to give it a watch.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man.
Also, if you haven't seen I Saw the Devil, which is that Korean film I spoke about at the beginning of the podcast,
Yeah.
you gotta watch that. It's really bleak, but it's really smart.
Yeah.
Hold on, is that the fetus one?
Yeah, that's a fetus one.
No, that's dumplings.
Yeah. Well, it's technically dumplings, but it is fetus. But it's dumplings though, so you can't say no to that. I'm joking.
It's fetal dumplings.
Don't-
Leave it alone.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't ruin dumplings for me.
It's just fetal dumplings.
Don't ruin that for me.
It's just coming out of the womb of a.
Let's move on.
Okay, moving on.
I make some really good dumplings, by the way.
Oh.
Dope. My dad and I, we tried watching the TV adaptation of Ju-on.
The one where it's got the reporter, right?
Yeah.
The Japanese guy, the paranormal expert.
Yeah.
I watched about 30 minutes of that first episode, and I got busy and I had to go do some other stuff.
Yeah.
I plan on watching it.
Yeah, I watched it with Pops, and I was intrigued. He was not. He was bored out of his fucking mind. He was just like, "Where's the freaking?
Where's the blood and murder?
Where's the grudge?" And I'm just like, "You gotta wait. It's the origin story," because we had to find that out later on. Was that this was the origin story of the grudge? So watching it, it was cool. It had a very, very weird scene, but it was, for me, it was okay. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's bad. It had some decent parts in there, but
It's a lot better than the new Grudge, though, at least.
oh, light years, light years. Oh my goodness, that trailer hyped it up so much to the point
I was expecting you to go in, let's watch this. This is going to be a great time.
yeah.
I watched it, and I'm sitting there, and that was just a waste of 2 hours.
It's like, what the fuck did I just spend $12 on, bro?
I'd rather go watch The Wicker Man again, dude.
Right? No, like the thing that I was really interested in what they would do with this movie was how they use the freaking scene with the hand coming out of the dude's hair. And I thought they were going to try and do some really tripped up stuff. Because seeing that, I was like, yo, that's like the craziest scene I've ever seen. Because I don't think there has been a horror movie that's done something that unsettling. Because name a time when you were in the shower and you didn't look behind you thinking there was someone behind you.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time I go in the shower, I'm like thinking there's someone behind me. And that movie, that scene, it sold it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. But,
You should have seen in the original Grudge, though.
oh, man. Every time I watch the original Grudge, I watch the first 45 minutes. And then as soon as I want to get back into something else, I want to get into it, it just, nope.
Do you remember what the first horror film you ever saw was?
The first horror film was Alien for me.
Really?
Yeah.
My first one was on my birthday, and it was the day that Mama came out. The Guillermo del Toro film.
Oh, Mama! I totally forgot
Hold
about
on,
Mama.
Mama was Del Toro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I
No, I remember that
I
movie.
think the scariest part about it was how fucked up she was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Mama was really on...
She was just a funny looking woman.
Yeah, she was unhinged, for sure.
Yeah. She was one arm out there, one arm like that. She had her legs all bowed. She was bow-legged. She started running after you faster than anyone else could run.
Bro, she was like Usain Bolt coming in. She was like...
She was Usain Bolt with a boat with two buggered knees.
Right?
I mean, I want to see her on a 20-yard dash. See what she can do.
Yeah, she probably beat the world record. Are you trying to look up the mama right now?
No, you're lying. That's not Del Toro.
It has to be. It's gotta be.
If it would load, that'd be nice.
Google, not sponsored, but thanks, for the quick searches.
We're waiting.
We're waiting.
But we low key waiting.
All right, no, keep going. I'll let
But
you know.
shit, freaking. I think this movie. What's up?
What?
Huh?
No, you can get it. You can get it.
I think one movie that I want to go along with what you said with this.
It is not Del Toro.
It's not.
Del Toro was a producer on that
Who's the
movie.
producer? My bad.
No, the director's name is Andres Muschietti.
Muschietti?
Oh, that's the same dude that did It.
No.
They did
Hold
what?
on. The original It or
Oh,
No, the
the new one.
no?
Yeah, that might be him.
No.
But to go along the lines with like the disfigured ghost and everything, I think the concept of Lights Out was sick. Like I thought that was
I preferred the short. The short was the best thing I've ever seen.
for sure. The short was sick, and with Lights Out, that character right there was very, very like grueling in general, and the fact that all you could see within the scenes that weren't black light were her eyes. I love that because it brings in like what you brought up with how you should view Hereditary with the scaring of like being scared of the dark.
Yeah.
And I think two things would unsettle a person if they were in the dark alone. It would be a pair of eyes staring back at them and you do not know who they belong to or what it belongs to, and running footsteps. Like, nothing gets any, like, I don't know anything else that would get me riled up being in the dark and something running towards me.
And you too.
But no, the worst thing is that they get...
Every time anyone hears that, you just jump.
Yeah.
Your footstep is pattering towards you, you shit your pants.
Facts.
And then,
In the dark.
It's the worst thing.
Even worse.
Like, I think that's like the one horror movie, like, not even a jump scare, just something to add to the factor.
It's just the build-up.
It's that build-up that always works every time.
Yeah.
But it can work. Hang on, let me rephrase that. It can work if you execute it or you time it right. Like, you can't just like, do something, shut off the lights, and then that's just gonna be like, okay.
No, that'd be kind of funny.
You gotta have the tension.
No, you shut the lights off. Just black
my
music.
problem with Lights Out is that it fluttered a bit. Same thing with Don't Breathe.
Yeah.
They had very similar concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta be cautious of what you do, where you go. You gotta keep lights on. Or in Don't Breathe's case, you can't make a sound.
Yeah.
Or this guy's gonna come and
kill you.
Yeah.
Wreck your shit.
So,
he has a freaking Rottweiler, dude.
Yeah.
That thing is a monster.
Facts,
and
bro.
He's got some horrible plans. Yeah, I'm going to impregnate this woman because she killed my daughter.
Mm-hmm. And the way he does it too is just, he's grueling.
That is cuckoo. Who would think of that? Yeah, I'm gonna put this in a syringe and then I'm gonna put it inside.
Right? Ooh. No. Thanks. I don't like it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yep. But so if we had to label all the horror movies that take out the senses, we have Lights Out for the sight, we have Don't Breathe for speech, or not really speech, for like hearing. So, but then
Quiet Place.
Trailer for Come Play.
Yeah.
Very similar to Don't Breathe. I mean, not Don't Breathe. Lights Out.
Yeah.
But it's electronics.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the problem I'm gonna have with that is I've seen that shit too many times.
Unfriended.
The other 20 Zoom call ones.
Yup. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Wait, there was more than one Zoom call movie?
Yup. Huh?
There was more than one like Zoom call movie?
Yeah. There's Unfriend and then Unfriended and...
No, I remember Unfriended. I remember that movie. It was terrible.
No, Unfriend. I said Unfriended twice, but Unfriended Dark Web, that's the second one.
Yeah, and they were both terrible.
Yeah, they were
second
both
one was
bad.
even worse.
You got the new Paranormal Activity, like Paranormal Activity 4 was very similar to that.
Yup. And anything electronic, found flick too. VHS. I think the first VHS was fine, maybe two, but then after that, it just started getting ridiculous.
Have you seen Creep?
I want to see Creep. Every time I start it,
Yeah, no, that's on my list too.
like, I don't know. But I need to give it a chance.
I think the best thing about that film is it carries a sense of unease
Mm-hmm.
all the way through. You know there's something wrong with this guy. but
And you can't put your finger on it just yet.
Yeah.
He tells you he's got terminal cancer. You're like, oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
That's a horrible thing to have. But then you find out in the end, this dude's just not fucking dying.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's gonna do whatever he can to get you feel for him.
Yeah.
And then not let you go because he's lonely.
Yeah. Because what does he got to lose? He's gonna die anyway.
That's kind of sad, actually.
I don't think he actually had cancer. He doesn't.
Oh.
He didn't because there was a second creep and they didn't mention it. And then he was. The story was him being this just this serial killer that she wanted to interview. Because she's always been looking for those guys. And like he owned up to it. He's like, yeah, I kill people.
Shit.
Like, you can record it, but just like be careful what you do, what you say.
Got it. Yeah. Damn. But I mean that is a very, very good concept. That's a very good thing right there because so much shit. Like even if you're not talking to someone or saying something like body or doing something body language wise, someone's gonna relay that. Something or someone is going to see that, whatever the case may be. So yeah, that is a very, very big concept for sure. But
I think the problem with film is they talk too much.
Yeah.
They don't tell the story without telling you it. Like the characters with their.
They dance around a lot. Yeah.
There's too many scenes nowadays. It's just one sitting here, one sitting here, and they're just talking.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling you the story. They're telling you what you need to know and what you should know.
Mm-hmm.
They're not saying, "Hey, watching this film, pay attention to this film. I'll tell you some of it, but like it's all on you to figure out what this movie's all about."
Mm-hmm.
And Creep does that very well, in my opinion, because it's got this intense. It's got this guy who gets this urge and starts stalking this other guy that started like documenting in his life, and you start to wonder, this could possibly happen in real life because, like I said, this film is a hyperbolized real life, and film is where something might be able to happen when you just stretch it out to the extreme. Yeah. Because in the far future, yes, we're gonna go and travel, and yes, we might come across this planet called Prometheus, or this ship called Prometheus.
We might find Pandora, and we might find a planet full of blue people.
Or if we get these face huggers on
us,
and our chests start bursting. Dude, that whole scene. Did you know the director didn't tell anyone?
Oh, that was a genuine reaction from everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
See.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But I wanted to bring up I forgot that I want to take off my number 2 and number 1 spot and replace my number 2 with Miss Samar and put number 1 with The Strangers, because you reminded me of something where you said it's a hyperbolized version of real life. The Strangers is exactly that, because I've told this to one of my friends that the scariest movies to me aren't the ghosts, aren't the aliens, aren't the generic crazy slashers.
It's the ones that are real life.
It's the ones that are real life and that you can actually anticipate that happening to someone in real life. And that, what I call right there, The Strangers, that is evil. That is the embodiment of evil right there. Because these murderers, or killers, I think that would be the better term, came to their house, the main character's house, just because they were home. And they just wanted to kill them just for the fun of it. That right there in itself that rubs me off the wrong way. So, yeah, give me a ghost, cool. I can be like, okay, cool, whatever. Give me an alien, okay, cool, whatever. But 3 murderers coming into my house saying, just because you're home? Yo, that's crazy. Like,
I think I want to switch my number 3 one. You ever seen Suspiria?
Suspiria. No, I have not.
I'll put Suspiria number 3. It's so good. And then, that's just basically about this dance class.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a coven, and it's witchcraft, and
okay.
it's it's basically the decline of the sanity of this person.
Okay.
Because she does this dance thing, and it's just the visuals and then everything that falls around it and the storytelling. Those really create a sense of unnerve.
So it's almost like a Sucker Punch Black Swan kind of vibe, right?
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
But more horror and more like terror in an aspect.
Okay.
Like body horror wise.
Yeah.
And then damn, I had one in my mind. I let it sit, but you guys keep talking
Yeah.
and figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a good conversation. But I want to get on another topic and try and see anything else. What you got?
Yeah,
Kind of.
no, we're actually very over time.
Wait, we are?
We're at an hour and 15 minutes.
We're an hour and 15. Let's keep this bitch going. I'm joking. Do you? It's up to you.
Today was a good one. Today was a good episode.
Today was really good. I mean, you didn't talk that much.
Nah, it's okay.
I mean, got anything? We just wanna know, Kaine.
Anything you want to put in?
You got anything, Kaine?
No,
Come on, give us the closing statements.
You put an idea in my head.
Tangent this fall.
No, you put an idea in my head with Suspiria, and now I lost it. Damn. All right, now someone go off, and I'll think.
I mean, if we're over an hour and 15 minutes, I mean, let's push one thing because I want to talk about one thing, and this is a big issue. I'll mention this from my notes.
Oh, an issue. Oh,
For
that's
me.
not good.
For me. So, did I tell you to did you check out the cast list for the Suicide Squad?
I couldn't figure out what it was though.
Okay.
I forgot to ask. The show I've been I was slaving over is The Boys. Have you seen that?
Oh, what happened?
This is your turn. Let's go.
All right, no, The Boys. I'm not saying that the Deep deserves what happened to him, but I'm not saying that either. Hold on, have you seen season 2?
I've seen every episode.
Okay, yeah. I love The Boys. So mainly because it's not a superhero show. It's like
No, it's not. It's a Watchmen vibe.
not even Watchmen. It's more like a deconstruction of the entertainment industry.
Oh,
They're
sick.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they're just all assholes and.
It's basically throwing shit at Hollywood.
Yeah.
The way they run it, and it's just the storytelling is really smart. I think the whole was it the first season that the Billy Butcher's captain her head exploded, or was that season 2?
That was season 2.
All right. Well, from the get-go, when her head exploded, I thought it was the Church that collected on her. I had my eyes on him the entire time.
Yeah, no, I did too.
At the end, when his head exploded, my mind exploded too. And then went out to Victoria Newman. She was sitting there, and then the problem with Huey, he involuntarily gets himself into shitty situations.
Damn.
You see,
Yeah.
he was at his shop. Billy the Butcher came in. Oh, well, first off, his girlfriend got ran over by A-Train.
Fuck that guy.
Second off,
Damn.
Billy the Butcher comes in and he's like, "Yo, I heard your girlfriend died."
No, he calls him a cunt first, and then
Oi cunt.
oi cunt.
You want to get back at the 7, huh? they sit down, they're talking, and he was like, "What the hell? No, I'm not doing that. You see me? I can't get inside the 7." So he gets inside of there.
No, and then he ends up going in the 7 anyway.
Yeah, it escalates. He puts it on there, and translucent sees it. I was like, okay, here we go. And then they get translucent, and they can't find a way to kill him.
They shove a bomb up his ass.
Ah. Ow. Wait.
And then you got Popclum, that nut.
Oh, wait, Pop Claw was the lady, right? A-Train's girl?
A-Train's girlfriend, yeah.
Oh my god.
The one that had...
No, that had me cringing. That was so gross.
With a landlord?
Yeah, no, she sits on a guy's... No, she sits on a guy's face and crushes it.
Yeah, that was the landlord. He came in, she couldn't afford the rent, so he comes in, and she's like, I've got something better. And she just injected herself with Compound V, which classifies as, their superhero's version of steroids.
Yeah.
And she just starts having roid rage and goes ballistic. And
it was like roid rage mixed with orgasm. It was it was so gross.
She squeezed her cheeks and his head exploded.
gives a whole new meaning to crush my head with your thighs.
Dude, that is the worst way to die. Like you.
I mean, is it? She was sitting on his face.
But come on, like everyone's gonna be talking about. It's like, oh, how'd you die? It's like, oh, I got shot. It's like, how'd you die? I got stabbed. It's like, how'd you die? Fell off a cliff. He's like, how'd you die?
Some chick sat on my face, and everyone's like,
And
nice.
she squeezed her booty cheeks and it exploded.
I think it
Nice.
was really smart what they did with Homelander in season 2.
No.
Because basically he was sidelined from the 7 for Stormfront.
Yeah.
And that's the way they showed his fall from being, I can do whatever the fuck I want, to, oh, I'm this, I'm her bitch. She wears the pants. And then you integrate the son in with it, and now you manipulate the son's mind. Was Ryan his name?
Yeah, Ryan.
He manipulates Ryan's mind into hating the wife, even though he's the one that stuck the wife in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go ahead, and that whole aspect, the son is like, yeah, I love this. I don't want to use superpowers, but like I love the free world. And the wife is still stuck in her little prison.
Her little compound.
Yeah. And when she escapes, they go find Ryan. When they get Ryan, Homelander's freaking out. You know, this is his fault. This is where he snaps. He goes back to the cabin in Rochester. The whatever's called SWAT team comes in. You know, where's the kid?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. And then he goes and murders all of them. He comes out
Covered in blood.
Yeah, when I saw the trailer and he was coming down covered in blood, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit more than him killing his own team. You know?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like he found out what Stormfront really was, and that made him snap, or it was the Black Noir. Have you read the comics?
I did not know there was a comic.
No, yeah, there's a comics. But no, the comics are very different. Like, Homelander's even more of an asshole in the comics than he is in the show.
Oh, Homelander's the one with the star?
That's what I was saying, was in the comics, you get the Black Noir is actually a clone and a contingency plan for Homelander.
Oh, shit.
Like,
Wow, spoiler.
He's the one of Homelander, and he's the one that can get rid of, he's like, he would kill Homelander if Homelander goes off on the rampage. But what happened was in the comics, Black Noir took off his mask and dressed up as Homelander, went to the White House, killed all the elected officials because they wouldn't let him into the military. And he posted pictures of it, and Homelander thought it was him because it looked exactly like him, and then he started losing his mind. And he goes to the White House, and Billy the Butcher comes in, and they're sitting there talking, and Black Noir comes from the back, and you find out, hey, Black Noir is actually the clone. He's the contingency plan to get rid of Homelander if he goes off the rails. And then they fight, and I think one of the two kills each other. But I thought that's what it was going to be. It was Black Noir either killed Homelander dressed up as and covered in his blood, or Homelander killed Black Noir. And
that is quite the doozy.
Really soon
I feel like that's going to be like the thing for season 3, because what I like about The Boys season 2 is that the 7 are starting to all turn away from Homelander.
Yeah,
and like it's just him.
The problem with the contingency and cloning plan is that Black Noir, when they took off his mask and fed him the almond joy, when what's her name, Maeve did that.
Yeah.
He was a black guy, so I suspect that he is Vought. Who's the guy leader for Vought? The guy that's Gustavo Fring and
No, the guy who plays Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian. It's the same actor. I forget his name though.
Yeah, well, I think that might be his son, and that's why he listens to everything he says.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he basically holds on to his back pocket the entire time. I'm sorry for running off of this, guys. I know it's an hour and 25 minutes.
No, you're good. You're good.
But, yeah, I think the ending with Ryan killing Stormfront was fantastic.
No, Stormfront really threw me for a loop. Like, I really didn't expect her to be a fucking Nazi.
What?
I figured she was racist.
I obviously saw that coming, but like a Nazi for one, and like basically Homelander's mother.
That kind of explains a lot from what you guys are describing to me about Homelander and that being his mom. That explains a lot.
Well,
No.
it's not necessarily his mom, but she was married to the guy that created Compound V.
Yeah. And they used his DNA for the Homelander project. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically, he's fucking his mom.
Yep.
Ew. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Game of Thrones vibes, anyone?
I think that show's fantastic.
No, I love the show. What did you think of the girls get it done scene?
I think it was a complete satire of
Avengers Endgame? Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I was laughing at it because
No, not that one.
Oh.
I think the beginning, like when season 2 first started, and there's a couple episodes in, and they were shooting that film, like they had the grain and everything.
It was a complete satire from Avengers Endgame.
There was also that whole scene was the satire from Batman versus Superman.
Oh yeah, no, that one too.
Because he said, "Do you like the Snyder remake? Or like the Snyder rewrites?" And
Oh wait, shit.
that was really like that whole scene was really cringy, but it was meant to be.
No,
cringy.
yeah.
And then when you had the girls beating the shit out of Stormfront at the end, I was like, "Girls do get it done." I like that part. I was really enjoying that.
Wait, Stormfront? Wait, Stormfront?
Stormfront is the main villain.
Okay, I was trying to.
No, she was getting the shit kicked out of her by Kimiko, Kimiko, Starlight, and Maeve.
Get
What I
fucked,
thought was
Stormfront.
really fun was they used a lot of Billy Joel songs, and most of those songs, like "We Didn't Start the Fire," is from his album called Stormfront.
Oh.
And that really tells you that, hey, Stormfront's the one that started that fire. She's the one that really ruined this whole project.
Yeah.
She's the one that's trying to delve into the deeper aspects and ruin this company.
Yo,
They rule the world.
that's sick. I love that.
It's really smart.
No, that's really, really intricate. Like, that's deep. Like, I didn't expect the boys to come packing like that. I've yet to see season 1.
No,
So
you got to get on the boys.
We gotta go.
No,
no,
I'm
I need to
get
get
on
into the boys.
Yeah, you need to get on the boys.
Yeah, for sure.
I know I ruined the whole 2 seasons for you right there, but
Yeah,
it's worth it.
It's so worth it.
yeah, for sure. Dope, so dope.
Right. We are at an hour and 26 minutes.
Well,
Do we want to keep going?
29 in my phone, yeah.
last thing from me, and then I'm done for
That
now.
went by really fast, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it honestly felt like we were still going on 40. I thought we still had like another 15 minutes to get in, but shoot, we got another.
We covered a lot of topics.
Yeah, but
We kept circling. We circled quite a bit.
yeah, we did. But no, it was good conversations all
today
around.
was a good day.
Yeah, but I just got one thing to say.
What's your thing with Suicide Squad?
So Suicide Squad, that James Gunn is now directing, it looks. I don't even know what the right word is. It looks. I don't want to say promising. Fuck.
It looks good.
No, it doesn't
Don't
look
give
good.
us a false sense of hope.
No, I don't. Because what I'm about to list off is not going to be hopeful from my end, because there is a lot of star power coming into this new Suicide Squad movie. Like, a lot of star power.
Okay.
So, you
That
got...
could be good and bad.
Yeah. For me, I'm really not trying to be the good or the bad, so I'm staying in the middle of it. But I'm leaning towards the bad. But you got Margot Robbie, who's coming back. You got Joel Kinnaman, who's playing as Rick Flag. He's coming back. Yeah.
I love that woman.
Viola Davis, she's coming back. And then you got Jay Courtney, Boomerang. You know, he's coming back.
Yeah.
So now we're getting Taika Waititi. Please forgive me, I botched that name. That's the voice actor who played for Korg.
Yeah.
And then
Taika Waititi?
Yes.
He was also the director.
Dude, have you seen what we do? In the
Jojo
shadows?
Rabbit? Oh, I was going to say Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, no. Well,
What we do in the shadows is this satire, like this mockumentary of he's a vampire.
okay.
He's got 2 vampire roommates, or 3, but only 2 of them you really follow.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest movie I've ever seen.
Bet.
If you think of a vampire, think of a funny vampire. Think of a vampire that enjoys life, enjoys the nightlife, enjoys going out.
That sounds like Lucifer
Yeah,
to me.
that's what I was thinking, Lucifer.
That thing's Lucifer.
but they're Australian or New Zealand. They're Kiwis.
Nice. That's
So
sick.
you continue.
Yeah, but
Watch the trailer.
dope. I will sure watch that. Then we got Idris Alba, and he's
Heimdall.
gonna play for Bloodsport. And then we have. Do you guys know of Nathan Fillion?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nathan Fillion, he's gonna be in there. TDK.
He was Mal in Firefly.
Oh.
Wasn't he supposed to play Nathan Drake in an
No,
adaptation of Uncharted?
He played Nathan Drake in a fan film.
Yeah.
He was supposed to play him in the movie that's coming out. Then they
But
replaced
then
him with
Tom Holland took the part. Yeah.
Tom Holland doesn't fit it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
Nathan Drake.
No, yeah, we had this conversation
Yeah.
already. I think he's too young.
I'm on the like middle with it. I don't love it. I don't love it.
Obviously,
I don't like
we're gonna
it,
have
but
to
I'm
wait
okay
until the
with
movie
it.
comes out. But
Yeah.
just from what we're seeing right now, he does not. He looks too young to be Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
I give it to Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah. I want to give it a
Who's
Colin Farrell.
I
Drawing a
give it
blank.
to Colin Farrell. No doubt. Have you seen The Gentleman with Colin Farrell, Matthew McConaughey, and the Guy Ritchie film?
Gentlemen. I
Came out
think
last year.
so. I think so.
That's really
Yeah.
good.
No, Colin Farrell looks more like a Joel Miller to me than a Nathan Drake.
Joel. I mean, I could see the Nathan Drake honestly, because I could somewhat see it. I could somewhat see
Colin
it.
Farrell could be he would really fit the bad guy from Uncharted 2.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he would.
He definitely
Uncharted
would.
3. Uncharted 3. that's
Yeah, for sure. Because I think the bad guy in Uncharted 2 was.
Finn.
Not,
It was Finn, right?
yeah, it was Finn.
No, it's been a fact.
Yeah, it was Finn. Yeah. I don't think Finn would be it.
No, it was definitely the one from number 3.
Number 3, yeah. But anyways, I want to get this out of the
What were
way.
you saying about Suicide Squad?
Yeah, so we got Taika, and we got Idris, we got Nathan, and we got Alice Braga, who was the sniper for Predator. You remember that one? And then we have Michael Rooker, Yondu, who's going to be on there. Yondu. Whistle.
No, I know who
One thing-
I know who Yondu is. Michael.
Yeah.
Dude, what happened to Adrian Brody? You're talking about Predator, and he was in that, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where did he go?
I have no clue.
Good question.
That's a very, very good question. He's the guy that played Venom, didn't he? Or am I thinking...
No, that's Tom Hardy.
Yeah. No.
Oh, that was Topher Grace.
Like Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that was
Venom.
Topher Grace.
That's
Topher Grace.
Yeah, Topher Grace. No, then I'm thinking of the wrong guy.
Adrian Brody's the one that was in The Pianist, and season 4 of... He was the Italian from season 4 of Peaky Blinders.
I might have seen him somewhere else, but if I'm the second person I'm thinking of, I might know who you're talking about, but no, I'm drawing a blank. You?
All right, no, keep going.
Yeah. So then we have Pete Davidson for Blackguard. Then you have Michaela Hoover, who was Esther in Lucifer. Do you remember Esther?
Esther.
Because for some reason, that sounds familiar to me. Do you know? Have you seen Lucifer, Ethan?
Watch Lucifer.
I've seen a few episodes.
Okay. But...
I saw it prior to it going on Netflix, so it was very PG.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Yeah, I remember this chick, the actor chick. No, not the actor. The fake model chick, who had like the backdrop of like Hawaii in her house. She had a backdrop of Hawaii in her house, so she could take pictures. And
Oh shoot! Yes. Okay. And oh my gosh. The next person that I have on this list.
John Cena.
Yep, John Cena. John Cena is gonna be on there as.
He's in Suicide Squad, the new one.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the new one. He's gonna be.
God.
He's gonna play as Peacemaker, and this.
We were not going to be able to see him. What's the point?
Yeah, I know. Just
No
We're
clue.
just looking at a costume.
Literally.
Man.
And then
Disappointing.
you got Storm Reed. She plays Gia from Euphoria. If anyone wants Euphoria, and she is acting as Tyla in Suicide Squad. Then of course this is James Gunn, so Sean Gunn's got to be on there somewhat. And he's playing as Weasel.
Weasel.
He's literally a weasel.
Nice.
And then
That's what James Gunn is. An absolute weasel. I hate his films.
oh my goodness, damn! You don't like James Gunn films?
Damn.
What?
You don't like James
You
Gunn
like
films?
James Gunn films?
Oh, I hate James Gunn.
Dang! Low blow to James Gunn.
Ouch.
Damn.
Care to elaborate though?
It's just... No, I'm getting him and Snyder mixed up.
Oh. Oh.
I got him and Snyder mixed up.
No.
Cheer. And last two, you have. Oh wait, maybe there's three.
Oh my god.
See, like I said, there's a lot of star power in
Question:
here.
Is Karen Fukuhara coming back for the Suicide Squad?
No.
She was Katana in the original
No,
Suicide
I
Squad.
didn't see her on that list.
Damn.
Yeah, she's not on there.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate. Then you have, please forgive me on this last name, but this last name is very hard. David Dasmalkian. I think I got that right.
Huh?
David Dasmalkian.
Oh wait.
He played
Hold on,
Joker's thug
that's,
and the Joker fanatic in Gotham.
That's what's his face. The guy, the other guy, not Luis in Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, somewhat. Yeah, he was in Ant-Man. So, but I mainly remembered him through him playing as the Joker thug from Dark Knight, and
Oh yeah, he did.
he was the Joker fanatic in Gotham, the one that was leading the Joker cult when Jerome died.
Yeah.
And then, this is a big one. You have Peter Capaldi as the Thinker. That's the Doctor. Doctor Who? The Doctor?
Yeah.
So that was another crazy one. And then lastly, you have Fula Borg, who was in Pitch Perfect, and he's playing as Javelin.
Wait, Flula?
He's one of the guys with the accent. He had the accent in Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, it is very, very stacked in that cast. There's a lot of people coming in. Like a lot of people, and that's why I'm saying like a lot of the star power that's coming in this movie is like a little alarming to me.
I mean, I don't see that as a bad thing.
I don't know.
No, knowing
I mean,
like
the problem with having a lot of star power is that you have to share that.
you have to deliver.
And you've got, honestly, I think there's too many characters to have a full story. Especially if you're making one film.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to build the character for each of those characters. You have to get the arc for them, and you have to resolve the issue with them and their arc.
Yeah.
And what was that, about 15, 20 characters?
Yeah.
15 characters I just lifted off. Yeah.
So when you make a film, you want to have about 5, 10 at the most.
At the most, yeah.
Characters that you want to build a story around. But if you've got that much star power, chances are you're probably gonna have to build a storyline for each and every one of those characters.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to. Every character has their character arc.
Yes.
It goes up, goes down, and then might go up again a little bit, but then it finishes.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got too many people right there, in my opinion, to go ahead and build it and resolve it.
Yes.
In a 2.5 hour time span.
Yeah. And
2.5 hours is a long time either way.
yeah.
But
At least it ain't 3.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not going in with a yes, this is going to be great, because that's when you go in and it just
And it doesn't meet the
destroys
expectations.
your expectations. Yeah.
you leave with broken expectations. Like I always go into a film not reading anything about it, not going in with any expectations, because I don't want to break my expectations, but I want to kind of be surprised.
This is probably our longest episode ever.
And think, hey, that wasn't what I was expecting, and that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why I Saw the Devil is my favorite film.
Yeah.
I watched like a minute clip of it, and it was just like a car chase. I was expecting it to be this action flick. Same thing with Parasite.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I went into that not knowing anything about it.
Same here.
And now I'm going in there. I got an hour and a half of one film and an hour of the second film. Like, because when they're sitting there and the wife and the husband are sleeping, and then there's that lightning bolt and that crash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That is the end of the first film. Right after that is the start of the second film. And that's what I believe.
Mm.
You're watching two films, because you're watching them be the servant of the rich, and then you're watching them live the idealized life that they have, like they want.
Wow, I didn't even think of that. That's nice. Yeah.
And it's just, and then you've got the whole falling action of the birthday party and the murders.
Yeah.
And you weren't expecting that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who knows?
It was unexpected. Like, who do you think a guy with a knife?
You never expect the hermit to be living in some rich dude's basement behind a cupboard, coming
Yeah.
out and then killing said rich person.
Yeah. Like, it's unheard of.
Yes.
Mm.
I thought that was a fantastic film.
No, that was a great film. It
Parasite
deserved the
was-
awards it got.
Parasite was a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, it was a great film, for sure. And to touch on what you said, talking about, like, all those characters in Suicide Squad, I think they might pull a Deadpool. Because remember when they brought up all those characters in that movie, and they killed them off as soon as they came in?
Deadpool. Like,
Deadpool 2 with the X-Force?
When they had Brad Pitt,
yeah.
Bart,
I mean,
Barry, what was
Yeah.
his name?
Brad Pitt,
No,
freaking...
the fat dude, the suburban dad.
Peter.
Peter, yep, they had Peter.
Go home, Sugar Bear.
And then there was, what was another one? Wasn't,
Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård was on there?
Skarsgård?
Terry Crews was on there.
Skarsgård was in there.
No, not Terry Crews. Tyler Perry? No.
Skarsgård got
Terry
jumped
Crews.
with the wood chipper.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And then, shoot. There was an Invisible Man who was...
That was Brad Pitt.
That was Brad Pitt? I thought that was someone else. Is the guy that...
Brad Pitt was the invisible dude that fell onto the wire.
Yeah.
And then you saw him on screen for about
2 seconds.
Yeah.
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 Like that.
But yeah, with Suicide Squad, it's definitely going to pull a Deadpool
I mean-
2, I believe. Because they're going to have to kill them off.
I don't necessarily think that each character has to have an arc. There are some characters that can just be there to look cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But that's
Yeah,
a
for
lot.
sure.
That's a lot.
no, I do think, but yeah, like for a movie with that many stars, that's a lot of money for just
Yeah.
a 15-second shot where they look nice.
And...
No doubt. Like, you just held it. First thing I ever saw him in was The Wire.
Mhm.
And I thought he was one of the best actors I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Even Michael King Williams. Michael King Williams isn't in Suicide Squad, but I hope I don't watch that film and Idris Elba's got a 5-second clip, like cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you've got Margot Robbie, you've got Boomerang, you've got is the Asian girl the one that you said that's in there?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the one that's not coming back.
She's
Yeah.
not coming back.
No, she's
Okay.
not coming back. I didn't see her on the
Tragic.
list. I can reconfirm that. But as of right now, from what I saw on that list, I did not see her on there.
So, what are they going to do with Margot Robbie? Are they just going to build off the Birds of Prey, or are they going to...
I think so, because like they kind of just based off like 3 of the movies with her in it revolving around her, especially the second one because that's her movie.
I don't know, because Birds of Prey was her own movie, but James Gunn has said like the Suicide Squad is going to be a reboot. So
Well, this is a pretty fat reboot. I don't have to say that for sure.
yeah,
Jared Leto's not in this, right?
no,
No.
neither is Will Smith.
Because since Jared Leto is reprising his role as the Joker, he's actually, broken up with Harley if they're still keeping that as canon. So there's no point in keeping the Joker in if they broke up, because then that might cause some questions. Who knows?
People watching that, not everyone watching that's going to go with, like, hey, the whole theory that, damn,
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. Now we're rambling. Lost of thought. We're in it.
So, they're not going to go in with the theory of, like, what you were saying, that they're not going to remember it because it's such a shit film.
Yup.
They're not going to want to remember it.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember them getting on a helicopter and then dipping out.
I remember Will Smith popping heads. That's it. He was just pop, 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 and that's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Him solving.
Margot Robbie at the beginning. Everyone stares, and then Will Smith is like pow, 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 pow in the shooting range. And I remember helicopter lead. I'll be honest, I don't remember shit after that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that the one with Cara Delevingne?
With
As
who?
the bad guy? She's like the witch.
Yes. Yeah, the witch.
Oh, the Enchantress.
Yeah, the Enchantress. That's her name. Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, I actually remember a lot of that film. I retract my statement.
Yeah, but they're gonna have to kill him off. They
What do you think of it? What do you think of Deadpool when it came out? Because I remember you were always over Deadpool.
buddy. Okay.
The first one was magical.
It was. Second
No.
one was. Second one.
Like the 1st one was just like a
sucker for
breath
it.
of fresh air because that's when the MCU was popping.
Oh yeah.
And seeing
for
an
sure.
R-rated superhero, that was so good to see.
And it's staying that way. It's staying that way.
The second
Thank
one
you,
was
Disney.
The second one was just more of the same. Not that I didn't like it, but it just didn't.
I
I
like the second one because of the Australian, or like the New Zealander, like the
Mhm.
fat kid.
yeah.
Because I saw him in the movie Where the Wild Thing, one of where the wilder people are. It was him and the dude from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That was his name.
Chris Pratt.
No.
No?
That's Jurassic World.
That's
Oh, Jurassic Park.
World.
I'm folding. Oh snap.
The
Boy fucked up.
OG Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
like the main character where he puts up his glasses and he's like, oh, there are dinosaurs. You know?
Is it?
Sam O'Neill, is that his name?
Are you talking about the professor from Jurassic Park?
No.
No.
You're talking about the guy that got stuck in the bathroom, right? When the T-Rex came by.
I believe so. He's the dude that took care of the two kids and had fancy with Blanchett.
Yeah. I think that was.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, it was him. The guy stuck in the bathroom. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That film, like where the wilder people are.
Yeah.
That film is great. You need to watch that if you haven't seen it. The problem with American film, like the American film industry, is that we only see American films. We don't hear much about the international movies.
Yeah.
That's why What We Do in the Shadows and Where the Wilder People Are and all the Korean horror films, they get overshadowed.
Yeah.
That's why when Parasite won, that was such a big breakthrough for the international film community.
It won 2 Oscars.
And with ease. There's.
There was no chance of anyone else winning that.
Yeah, for sure.
What were the options?
Beats me. All I know is that Parasite just swept the competition. Like there was no competition, if I have to remember.
And everyone the next day was pissed about it. Just
They were?
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because somebody else but not an American won it, so they got to bitch about something.
Of course, it's nationalism.
Nationalism.
It's being.
And that's America now.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully,
Hate
Parasite
this
winning is
a lot.
on the up and up for us.
Yeah.
And in general.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting for more, like Pan's Labyrinth. I think that was the first, like actual Spanish film that made it into the mainstream media. Probably because Guillermo del Toro already had his name out there.
So that's already gonna gain some traction from there.
Pens was Spanish?
Yeah, I think it's either from Spain or it's from Spain.
Yeah, the Spaniard films are definitely ripped off, and people don't know the original source material.
Oh yeah, have you seen the latest La Llorona?
No.
Yeah,
La Llorona. Yes.
Apparently it's just okay. I haven't seen it, but
I thought it was fine.
It's I think what's the Argentinian film?
It might have been. I don't know where the
it's
original
based on
was.
some like myth.
No. Because this is the adaptation we're talking about.
This one's based on the like a dictator who committed mass genocide.
Oh shit.
He's in this.
Well then.
Yeah, he's under investigation, and then he starts getting haunted by La Llorona, and this is his decline of his mental being.
Mm-hmm. And another Spaniard film is Wreck. Remember that one?
Yes.
That one was ripped off by.
Remade Quarantine.
Yeah, and that was no way, because that one was. If you put Wreck and Quarantine side by side, they literally play out the same way. It's just the American version is worse. Like, you can literally tell that when we try to make an adaptation of it, it's something that involves around sex, women, and...
The funny thing about Wreck is that it ripped it off, but it was a lot better than Quarantine.
Oh, no, Wreck came first.
No, I know. Like, Wreck was a lot better than Quarantine.
Yes, much better.
It's crazy. How do you rip something off that much and still have a shittier film?
Exactly. Because, like...
Yike.
No, I'm literally telling you, like, this is literally the meme of, hey, can I copy your work? Yeah, just don't, make it, just change it a little bit. Quarantine.
Oh my god.
And it was not well at all. It was very bad.
Yeah, it was, hey, let's change the name. What sounds like a good name?
Quarantine.
Quarantine. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Guys, let's make the same film. At least try to.
Just give...
At least try
No
to.
one's ever seen the Spanish film.
No.
It's the American film industry. No one's gonna give a shit about this.
Nah.
We'll be fine.
It's totally fine. Next thing you know, Wreck goes into bootleg and it's all over the place now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Oh. What did you think of Veronica?
Loved it.
What? No way! No way. Really?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Help me out. Because that's another horror film that I actually didn't like.
Elaborate.
Bro, dude, it's the cinematography. I love cinematography.
Okay. I can't beat you on that.
And then you've got the whole it's the storyline for it. It builds up. I know the ending, like the third act, really suffered in the aspect of horror because they've got the the sisters are at the house and then they start seeing this ghost in their haunted.
If I remember correctly, yeah.
And the monk comes back or something, and then just like they do something, it just goes away.
Yeah. It's like the ghost kind of only molests the children.
Yeah.
In a way.
I think it was a beautiful film. It was well written. The characters were good. They had a good character arc. I just didn't like the third act. And if I like a film 2/3 of the way through, I'm gonna just say yes, I like it.
It's a good film.
Yeah, it's a decent.
Like there's another Spanish horror film that I watched recently called Terrified on Shudder.
Terrified?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why?
Huh?
I'm thinking. Does it involve a clown?
No, that's Terrifier.
Wait.
That's Art the Clown. That's where they go into the pizzeria and then the dude shits all over the walls and then cuts the dude's head off in the pizzeria, goes saws the chicken in half, and then the lady at the beginning who's got the mangled faces.
Yeah.
The lady at the end.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's Terrifier.
Yeah, Terrifying is about these alternate dimensions, and there's if you drink broken water, that's how these little entities, I'll call it, travel from their dimension to our dimension.
Okay.
And they inhibit the people, they haunt the people, and then they just they reanimate the people in a way.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Wow.
So if you watch the trailer on that, and then do you have Shudder?
I want to get Shudder. I'm trying to.
Shudder has so many good horror films coming out recently,
Nice.
and just like watch that.
It's literally Netflix but horror.
Yeah, that's my favorite one on Shudder in my opinion.
For sure. Dope. All right. Well, we are very, very over time.
We're
We
very.
are very much.
Yeah.
All right. Now, before we go, I just have one question for you.
What's up?
What do you think is more important, story or production?
Ooh.
I think you need a story in order to produce it.
Naturally.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a very well-written story, you can have poor execution but still a good film.
Okay.
Because film is like it's about making people think.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a shit script and storyline,
Oh yeah.
and
No.
you have fantastic production, you're gonna get something that's all over the place.
Game of Thrones.
Understand? Yeah. But if you have a well-produced script and a poorly produced film, you're gonna go ahead and look at it and be like, okay, I understand what they wanted to do. They didn't execute like they needed to, but I think if they get the help they need producing this film, it'll be something spectacular.
Nice.
All right.
I like that. All right. Cool.
Yeah, we are way over time. Do you
All
have
right.
do you guys have anything you want to plug before we go?
Well, for me, I released my single Nitro. It's out.
Go stream it.
Go stream it, please, you guys. I worked very, 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 very hard on it.
There's no low end though.
I know. I hate myself that there's no low end, but you gotta keep pushing. That's how you learn stuff. Because I could blame it on the equipment all I want, but at the end of the day, it's still me who made it.
There's no low end.
I actually listened to it. It was really good.
See. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, my Instagram is Nape118, or you can just look up Ethan Napier. Follow me if you would like. I really appreciate it.
And he's starting his own podcast too.
Oh,
so when that
baby!
shit comes out, y'all better hit him up. Y'all better link up with the boy.
We're gonna have to collab again once that comes
No,
out.
he definitely got to do it again. Oh man, this is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
Again, Ethan, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
for
being
real,
our
man. Thank you
guest.
so much for
This is
coming
such a
It was
pleasure.
Fantastic time, boys. Thank you so much for having me. I
No
appreciate it.
problem. Anytime, bro. You have a good one, man. All
You
right.
guys have a great day. All right. I'll see you boys soon.
All right. You too. Be safe.
All right. Yeah, man.
You too. Bye.